welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Krishna. How you doing? I am so excited to share with you guys everything that is going to be going on, that is coming up. I'm just thrilled. Okay, so first off, we are finally filming in my beauty room. It's not exactly where it needs to be, but you know what? It's a start. We're getting there. We're working on it. So with that means consistent videos. And then we also have, I say we, I mean me, I have my surprise vacation coming up. I'm going to Disneyland. My wonderful, fantastic, super handsome boyfriend surprised me with a trip to California. I had been bugging him for so long, you don't even know. Like, he was like, all right. So to my surprise, he actually listened. I'm just kidding, but he listened and he reserved everything, and now I'm just counting down the days, and once we get there, it's gonna be so freaking fun. And then we're going up to Hollywood. We're gonna be like hella tourists. It's gonna be great. So with that also comes my first vlog. I am going to be recording the entire time. Maybe not the entire time, but I will be recording to show this vlog. I've been watching a lot of them and I've been really inspired. And what better thing to vlog than a vacation? I know, genius, right? So what we're here for today, I'm going to be showing you guys how I created a look that I came up with myself about a year ago. And you know those Facebook memory things? Yeah, one of them came up and it was actually the picture. So I shared it and I got a lot of positive feedback from it saying I should recreate it. So I will be doing just that. So let's get right into it, and we are going to start off with the eyes. Starting with brows, using the Anastasia Beverly Hills products, the Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Chocolate, and the brush. Using the spoolie end, I'm using upward strokes to brush my hair up. And I'm going to draw a line right underneath my eyebrow to create the general shape using short hair-like strokes. I want to use these to fill in my brows. I do have a tutorial on how to do brows on my channel already. Be sure to check that out. Have it linked in the description below. Using the shade Blur from the Melt Cosmetics Dark Matter Stack and the E25 brush, I'm going to set my eyeshadow primer to create a barrier so that it makes it easier to transition the eyeshadows. I'm using windshield wiper motions and circular strokes to really work it in there to make it easier to blend later on. Then using the MB23 brush and the second shade in the Melt Stack, I'm going to put that right in the crease, on the outer crease especially, to create that general shape of what I'm going to do later with the darker shadows. Using large windshield wiper motions and large circles strokes, I'm working that in with a looser brush so that it's easier to blend. Using the M433 brush by Morphe and the darkest shade in the 35R palette, I'm putting that right in the outer V of the eye and the inner corner of that eye, but keeping it in the crease so that the area below it is blank for when I want to put another color there. And I'm using short windshield wiper motions and very small circles in that area to keep it exactly where it already is, and just wanting to blend that out using those strokes. I'm going to put that into right about the last third of my eye, and that keeping it in that corner to create a cat eye look. You want to make sure that's all blended out so that it doesn't look very harsh. Next, using the Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder in the shade Mermaid Fantasy, we're placing that using a small flat brush on that blank space that we left using patting motions. I'm using a small flat brush because I wanted to create a mini cut crease, and this is the perfect brush to use it. The one I'm using is the Wet n Wild flat brush, and we're just patting that in, and we're going to blend it with the brush that we use in the outer corner to erase any harsh lines, to make it more gradient and look blended. I went and grabbed some more of that eyeshadow to pat it on to get the color on, and then blending that out. And I chose to do these two colors because I think the contrast is really cool, having it really dark and then this super bright green color. It's perfect. I wanted to use a liquid liner by Wet n Wild, but it didn't end up working. So I grabbed the Urban Decay pencil to create that wing in the shade Freak. This is such a really pretty green color. It's kind of metallic, but it still looks awesome. Next, using the color Deep End by Urban Decay. It's a really pretty teal color that I thought would just go really well with this look since I didn't get to use that liquid liner by Wet n Wild. I put it right in the waterline, and then using that Wet n Wild brush that we put on the Mermaid Fantasy on initially, I wanted to smoke that out using back and forth motions. Using Essence Lash Princess Mascara, just getting my eyelashes ready for when I put the falsies on. I used the A21 lashes by AZ Live Love Lash. I didn't get to put them on in the video, but I'll have everything linked in the description below. Next, using Pixie Rose Oil Blend to add extra moisture on my face, I put that right on the outside of my nose and underneath my eyes. Next, using Makeover Essentials Mineral Primer, I placed that right all over my face so that I could get it ready for my foundation. You want to blend that in with your fingers. That's how I like doing it. Next, using the L'Oreal and Milani foundation, I mixed them together so that I could get my shade, and placing it with my fingers so that I could blend it all out with my damp beauty blender. I really like using the beauty blender to blend in my foundation because I find that it gets everything in all the nooks and crannies, and it blends out really nicely, gives you a nice finish no matter what foundation you're using. Using the pointed side of that blender to really get in those places that are kind of hard to get with the bigger side of it. I wanted to put more foundation right underneath my eyes because I didn't feel like using concealer, so I just put a little more and blended it out with my beauty blender. Next, using the Makeover Essentials Contour Kit, using the middle contour shade and the Wet n Wild contour brush, I'm going to be contouring these cheeks, taking 10 pounds off my face. Look, telling you. Using that brush in circular motions so that it really blends out in the cheekbone. And then I'm getting a flat brush to contour my forehead and to erase my double chin. Using a e.l.f. flat brush and the first two highlight shades of that contour kit, I'm placing it right underneath my eye to set it to avoid any creasing. Then I'm going to be using the e.l.f. round brush to place my highlight using that Mermaid Fantasy by Artist Couture. Placing that right on the high points of the cheek using swirling motions and going all the way up to the temples and right above the eyebrows in a C formation really gives you a super glowy look, and you're placing it on the same high points and blending it in using that swirling motion. Also on the tip of the nose and the Cupid's bow. Next, using the pencil liner by Makeover Essentials, I'm using that to line my lips to get them prepped for the liquid lipstick that I will be wearing by Jeffree Star Cosmetics in the shade Weirdo. I love this color, and it's so dark and it's super comfortable. I then put Mermaid Fantasy on the center of my lips on the top and bottom to create this really cool look. I just think it looks so good. The colors contrast really nicely and the black makes it look really green, and I just love the way that it came out. Next, using the Tarte Blush in Party and the brush that came with the contour kit by Makeover Essentials, I'm just placing that right on my cheeks. Then I used Urban Decay De-Slick Setting Spray and the Mario Badescu Facial Spray to really set my makeup and give me a nice finish. So that's the final look, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Be sure to give me that thumbs up, share, and subscribe.